guest at this time is an Indy pro wrestler. He's got a big match coming up for TEW in Tennessee this weekend. I'm joined with Kobra King. He is with me right now. What's going on, Kobra?
How everybody doing out there? Cobra King in the place.
I'm good, man. And first and foremost, thank you for being on the show this evening. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, it's always an honor, man. Always an honor to come through and talk to talk to the fans out there.
That's
Yeah, give them a
cool.
little insight of what's going on.
That's cool. And before we go any further, I know you rep in Mississippi, and I just want to let you know that although I do live in Kentucky currently, I was born and raised in Mississippi myself. I was born in Tupelo, which is also where the King Elvis Presley was born.
Oh
So,
yeah, oh yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, it's also Mississippi. If you really look deep into the roots, everybody got know somebody or got family from Mississippi. It's not as bad as it played out to be. It's actually pretty good around here.
Well, that's good to hear. I haven't, been in Mississippi in a very long time. Maybe one day, at some point in my life, I'd like to go back and visit there and see what's
Oh
going
yeah.
on.
Oh, I mean, you're more than welcome. This still the hospitality state. We all get along here. It's great to come back. You ever get an opportunity, come on down. You enjoy it.
I definitely will keep that in mind, man. And we're gonna definitely talk about this match you got coming up for TEW this weekend. Before we get into that, how did your wrestling career got started? How did it all begin for Cobra King?
Well, if you want to talk about my career actually began back, I would say, 20 years ago. Just me and my brother, we used to wrestle around the house all the time. But we already had, like, what we going to do and how we going to do it. I mean, that was the growing up process. By really broke into the business, it was right around 2011, maybe June, when I first started, when I first heard about it. It was actually an independent show, was close to my home. And after attending that, I stayed back and talked to a few guys, because this has always been a dream of mine to become a professional wrestler, to actually get out there and get an opportunity to entertain is what I always feel like I've been destined to do. But, I talked to him, and they were like, yeah, we'll give you a look. At the time I was with my cousin, and I knew how my brother felt about it also, so we all three started together. And we started training there, the first day, just conditioning, taking bumps, learning the ropes, basically. But a lot of stuff we already knew, but we just need that, extra confirmation on how it's done, that schooling. Everybody needs that schooling so they can know how to do this thing right, you know. But we started, I say my first actual time performing in front of someone was like I want to say it was maybe right around this time, 3 years ago, August 2011. I was green as the grass in the spring. I was young, and but since given that opportunity, I just been taking every opportunity since then to try to make myself better, and be better at what I'm doing. But I'm still learning. I mean, it's still an uphill battle for me. I'm not satisfied with just doing. I want to be great at doing this. You know.
That's a very intriguing story, and to see how far you have come. You see what got you into this point, and regardless of what job that people have, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication.
Oh,
Ensure
definitely.
ensure you have your bumps in the road, and I do mean the word bumps literally, considering that you wrestlers have to deal with that time and time again, not just inside the ring but outside the ring as well. But
Oh, yeah.
you pursue it, and and here you are, 3 years in, and not only that, you strive to get even better. It feels like not just athletes, but people in general, they reached their peak and they just felt like they done enough. I mean, you can never say you've done enough for whatever job that it is. You can always reach for the upper level, if you will, and you never know what that upper level feel if you just settle for just one thing and just be done with it.
Oh yeah. It's always about getting better. Train yourself to always strive to get better. If you ever at a point you feel like you can't learn anymore, you may need to retire a step out of it. This is a never ending process. If you go back to the 80s and the 90s and 2000s and now even to the day, each 10 years it's been totally different every year. So never content with thinking if you learn from one person that's it. Always have your ear open. They always told me be a sponge. Soak up as much as you can get from as many as you can get. Because there's no one way or a right way to do it.
Absolutely. And you know what? Wrestling, like all aspects of life, have changed throughout the years. Characters have changed throughout the years, and you have to learn to adapt. You have to learn to evolve, and sometimes it may mean you may need to change your character a bit. It means you may need to change your moves, if you will, in order just to get in touch with what's going on in today. And that could be difficult for a wrestler because I mean you get trained and you learn all that you can learn, and then all of a sudden a year goes by and someone's doing something different. I guess that's just a lot of quote unquote trends. And people be talking trends way before Twitter existed. So, I mean, it's just a matter of how you keep up with what's going on today, I suppose.
Oh, yes. I mean, always be open. Open your mind. This world it evolves in your mind. If you can see it, then it can be done. And always have a visual of where you see yourself, or how you want to be, or where you see yourself doing. Keep that in mind. See, me personally, I adapted a concept that I go by that I always use. It's called the 5 Ps. And a lot of people always asking me, what are the 5 Ps? What does the 5 Ps mean? It's simple. It's 5 letters, 5 words. Each word starts with a P. And that's perfect preparation prevents poor performance. I live by that. Prepare perfectly to prevent anything poor from happening during your performance. I mean, and other people have other codes they do and other, things they lean on or what they believe. But me personally, I believe in the 5 Ps. So with me, it's all about the 5 Ps.
That's awesome, man. So TEW on August 30th, 2014, Total Effect Wrestling, and the admission is at $4, and it's located in Dyersburg, Tennessee. You can actually go to Cobra King's Facebook account, facebook.com/Cobra King 2011 2011, and check out the image. You are in a match courtesy of the AIWF, which is the Allied Independent Wrestling Federation. And you're going up against a guy by the name of Slade. If you can, talk about this match that you have coming up, and what do you have in store for your opponent, Slade, this coming weekend?
Oh, with Slade, it's like a thing that me and him supposed to wrestle 6 months ago. That match supposed to happen 6 months ago, but due to unforeseen circumstances, it didn't. Now we're both aligned with the Allied Independent Wrestling Federation. We're head up now. I'm number 2 in the World Cruiserweight ranking, and he's number 5. And this so happened to line up so perfect for me because this week I'm knocking off the number 5 guy. Next week I'll be knocking off the champion to become the new champion. So you're basically talking to the new face of the AIWF. I firmly believe in my 5 Ps, and my 5 Ps is going to bring me the success I need to not only overcome Slade, but overcome the AIWF World Cruiserweight Champion, James Anthony, which is a battle into itself, you know. So that's what I'm leaning toward. That's what I'm heading into, and it's going to be perfect for me because Slade would be a perfect test. Now, what I got in store for him, you know, you got to be there to find out. Or you could just follow me on YouTube, follow the Supreme Squad Network, and you'll get to see what I have in store for Slade. Well, it's going to be epic. I mean, when you come to see me, or when you come to one of my shows, or you come to a show that I'm involved in, you're going to see 110% all the way from beginning to end. And I really, right now, feel like it's my time. You know, I'm ready to take this key and run with it, you know.
One thing about AIWF, from what I've been learning about throughout the years, is a well-respected company, bring you that hard-edge wrestling at its finest in the indie scene. They're making a name for themselves. Well-respected, always have top-tier competition. And as I'm looking at this image here on your Facebook wall, it has that former college football format of who's ranked, and I guess I don't know if you're ranking. What I want to know is the ranking on the line? Like if you win, you move up, and if you lose, you go back. Like, or this is just the ranking stands regardless of the outcome of this match.
Oh, the rankings change every week. So, I mean, if you're not out there doing what you're supposed to do, you can easily lose your spot. I mean, but the ranking, it is more like a college system ranking where it's so many power punts to move up, you know. They're ranking everybody by power punts, you know, so forth, your performance, win or lose, and you're getting ranked on so many different things that, you know, it's actually hard. I was at one point number 1 ranked in the AIWL Cruiserweight division, but because I started slacking, you know, I fell behind, but now I'm ready to take that spot right back over. And I think that after I beat Slade this weekend, I will be the number 1 contender once again, rightfully.
So for all you people out there that is near the Dyersburg, Tennessee area for that matter, if you want to see what Kobra King has in store for Slade, go to TEW this coming weekend, August the 30th. Doors open as at 6:30, and action time begins at 7:45 p.m. So it's a nice way to get your Labor Day weekend going, especially with the fact that a lot of us is going to get that extra day off from the holiday weekend. So just go out there, check it out, and support your local indie pro wrestling company. Just awesome stuff, man. So, Cobra, in addition to this event this weekend, like, do you have any other upcoming shows that you'd like to promote?
Oh, yeah, next week, September 6th, is at Clinton, Mississippi at the Indy Bowling Lane. I, Cobra King, go one-on-one with the World Cruiserweight Champion, AIWF World Cruiserweight Champion, James Anthony. Now, this match has been building for at least 4 months. He don't like me. I don't like him. So you know this one's going to be a headbanger. I mean, it's properly titled Now It's War, because it's definitely going to be a war come September 6th in Clinton, Mississippi.
That's the type of match I like to see, man. Like, as far as
Oh,
me, what I like the most about wrestling, what really got me into wrestling is because of the cruiserweights. You know, the WCWs back in the day, And of course,
Oh yeah.
TNA's X Division when it first began. Just that high flying action, and that's what I like to see. It's like acrobats all over the place, and it's very appealing and things like that. Um, at this point of your career, you're 3 years in. What else? What are some other goals you have
Oh,
for yourself, man?
my good goal of mine. First goal is become the world cruiserweight champion. Second goal, I gotta have a better title reign than my successor, which is James Anthony. Now, no doubt, I give him all the credit in the world. He's been a great champion. Everybody that's been in front of him, that has been in his path, he has beaten. So I'm not saying it's going to be an easy night at all. I know what I'm prepared for. And like I said, the 5Ps is what I believe is going to help me beat him. But that's one goal. Another goal of mine is to just keep climbing the ladder. My goal is to be successful. You know, I want to be as great as I want my name to sound almost as generic as CM Punk. I want to be out there. So it's not stopping just here for me. It's about being better, getting better, and there's other opportunities that come up. AIWF, I can say this: they are a very opportunistic company. I mean, if you come here and you prove yourself, you will be given your opportunity. Whether you had to travel to get it or whether they can bring somebody to where you at, you will be given your opportunity. So my goal is, keep training, keep working hard, keep staying dedicated, stay humble, and just keep climbing up and up the pole. Basically, I want to be power ranked #1 before it's all said and done. And even at that rank, I'm still not going to stop. Can't stop.
That being said, man, who do you consider as influences in your wrestling career? Those that stands out to you, those that really made you wanted to become a wrestler?
When I think about who really, I started when I was 3 years old. The first thing I ever remember on television, ever watching on television, was Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. So it's deeply embedded in me. The ones who inspired me to get in the business, you could say Ultimate Warrior was a favorite of mine. Rest in peace, Jim. The Rock was a great favorite of mine. I mean, that's my junior high years. That's who I was, my guy, And nowadays you have people like Daniel Bryan that shows you that size doesn't matter, that it's all about your heart and what you're willing to give to the fan. If you give to them, they will give it back to you. Bobby Roode, a good inspiration for me. Bobby Roode, he's another guy, another character that, to me, can at any given night be the best wrestler in the world.
I definitely agree when you point out Daniel Bryan. A guy of his size and maybe the lack of charisma, if you will. He showed that it's all about what you do in the ring. I mean, I feel like wrestlers in general, everyone has limits. Like, everybody can't be like great on the mic and great in the ring. Some have it, some don't. But I guess, do you think that promoters look at people differently because of their strength and weaknesses, and you really think they try to do what they can to have people show their strengths, or do you think they just it's more of a business move and whatever happens happens?
Well, it depends on what level you're on. At the top level, it's definitely a majority about business. Television is all about business, and they tell you every week they got to do what's best for business. I fully understand that. But at the same time, as a competitor, as a wrestler, you got to be looking for that opportunity. You can show them that I could be greater than what you're projecting me to be, or I could be more than what you're asking me to be. It all lies in whatever is in the heart of the individual, So if this is what you love, this is what you're passionate about, like I am, if this is what you want to do, you will do your best at it. You'll put like your all into it. And I done heard excuses that I didn't get the gimmick I wanted and all kind of things, but it's really up to you whether you make it or not. To me, is what you put in is what you get out. So if you put your heart into it and your heart is in the right place and you're doing the right things, you will be successful. But it's 100% or 0% for me.
I like the part that you bring up about people not wanting the gimmick that they have in mind. Like I'll give an example. Way before he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was he when he first came into the WWE, from my understanding, he was known as the Ringmaster. And to this day,
Right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin hate the living crap out of that character. But in order to get to where he had to start out with that role, and it didn't last long. But he was given an opportunity, and then eventually he ended up being Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the rest, as they say, is history. He ended up being the face of the Attitude Era. So it's not how you got to start somewhere, but I guess at the end it's where you finish, it's where you land up. And for Austin,
Right.
good for him.
And the thing is, I personally believe they give you those gimmicks to see how the crowd will react to you. But like I said, Stone Cold, when his opportunity came, he took the ball and he ran with it. They didn't tell him to say Austin 316.
No.
He said Austin 316. So, like I said, I don't know what you put in it. Like, he knew, if you watch his documentaries, he'll tell you all the time that he hated the character he had, and he hated doing the character, But when that opportunity came at King of the Ring, that was his chance to do something different, and he did, and it changed the history of wrestling. The history of our sport, it changed it forever.
Oh yeah.
So they just show you that it's not how you start. Again, like you said, it's how you finish. Like I said, if you put your heart into it, chances are you will finish strong.
Not only you can check out Cobra King on Facebook, as I've already pointed out, facebook.com/Cobra King 2011. You can also follow him on Twitter at the exact same Facebook name. And again, if you are near the Dyersburg, Tennessee area, please check out Total Effect Wrestling, a force to be reckoning as the road to the Cruiserweight division. Cobra King is ranked at number 2, going up against number 5th contender, Slade. And make sure you check that out. And Mr. King, my fellow Mississippi native, it was great chatting with you. Thank you for your time. And before I let you go, I just got a question in the chat room from my cousin Dexter. He wants to know, what's the name of your finishing move?
I call it the crowning moment. Because once I lift you over my shoulder, I try to throw you as high as I can to the sky and then straight to the ground. And as me and my daughter always put it, it's victory, 1, 2, 3, I guarantee.
The crowning moment. Oh yeah, that's a true meaning of a moment that your opponents is gonna want to forget. So
yeah. He wanted to forget in his mind, but it's gonna be stuck in the minds of the fans everywhere I go.
The crowded moment. I like the sound of that. I definitely may need to borrow that for my creative character when WWE 2K15 hits stores on October 28th. I may need to use that as a signature move, if you will. But that being said, Cobra, thank you again for your time, sir. Great chatting with you. Keep on representing Mississippi to the fullest. Good luck in your match against Slade. And again, thank you for being on the show, man.
All right, and I thank you, and just let me know any other time you want to do this again. I'm always open, okay?
Will do, man. You have a good night.
All right, you too now. And goodbye, all the fans out there. Remember, stay tuned. This weekend, Dyersburg, Tennessee. Next weekend, Clinton, Mississippi. And from that point on, you got to stay posted on Facebook. So keep up with me. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. Now, see you real soon.
All right, take care, man.
All right.